Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video and it's titled Vivek Ramaswamy owns CNN again on Donald Trump and abortion stance plus Vivek destroying CNN compilation. And this video is from the Officer Tatum and I'm super excited for this. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
Why is he struggling to state a clear position on abortion then?
Again, I respectfully disagree with your characterization there about him struggling to state a position. The truth of the matter is Donald Trump has been crystal clear that, first of all, this is an issue for the states.
It's funny. I mean, The Atlantic is playing the same game as CNN. It's funny. What I said is on January 6th, I do believe that there were many federal agents in the field and we deserve to know who they are. The job of the political media, if it has one job, is to hold the U.S. government accountable.
Yes, we know that.
And instead, we're doing the bidding. You're seeing the media doing the bidding of the U.S. government.
Yeah.
We should call him Chef Bar Vivek, because all he doing is cooking. All he doing is cooking CNN. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Somebody need to get fired at CNN. I like that they're in that position, but CNN shouldn't like it. They need to fire somebody. They got Vivek on here cooking them like a brisket. They got Vivek on here cooking a tri-tip. He got the salmon on the wood plank. He out here doing dry aged ribeyes medium rare. Bro, Vivek out here just doing his thing. And I hope that people are listening and watching and they don't just turn the channel because he's not a Democrat. But y'all gonna enjoy this with me. Let's watch Vivek cook these people. And then we got a whole highlight table of Vivek because I know y'all want to see that as well. Of previous times where Vivek was on here smacking them, putting the smack down on them. Roll the clip.
Why is he struggling to state a clear position on abortion then?
I'm gonna let Vivek talk, but this lady, I almost called her a B, but I'm a Christian. This lady said, why is Donald Trump struggling to have a position on you know what, the unaliving of the unborn? These people are so disingenuous. Roll the clip, I'm gonna shut up, I promise.
Why is he struggling to state a clear position on abortion then?
So again, I respectfully disagree with your characterization there about him struggling to state a position. The truth of the matter is Donald Trump has been crystal clear that, first of all, this is an issue for the states.
And that is an issue that he's going to be voting on in the state of Florida, right?
Well, first of all, in his capacity for running for U.S. president, what he's running for Kamala Harris against, he has been clear that he is against a federal ban on abortion. Now, on the Florida bill, which I want to address as well, there is a difference between being opposed to a 6-week ban, which he's been consistent on, both during the campaign when I ran against him, as well as throughout, that he's against a 6-week ban. That is different than what this ballot measure accomplishes. And I know you know that, Kate. This ballot measure, through its vague crafting, would allow abortions far after 6 weeks, arguably under the interpretation of some legal scholars, all the way up to the point of birth. He's against that, and that's been a consistent position as well. So I do think this attempt by Democrats and its politics, so you'd expect it, to conflate an opposition to a 6-week ban with somehow being in favor of a ballot measure that actually would allow for far more than that, is, I think, sophistry. And the job of voters, I hope they do it, is to see through that, even if it's served up to the media. You can't conflate those two things, and I don't think that's an inconsistency, with all due respect.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And he had it right. But why is she arguing with the man? Why is she upset about him answering the question she asked? Why is she opposition of Donald Trump? You're supposed to be a media person, impartial. Ask the man the question and then shut the front door. Unless you have a follow-up. Why are you mad at him explaining his side of it? God is my witness. They had Kamala and them on here. That lady wouldn't be balling her face up like that, looking like she got an egg on it.
Things you also can't conflate is on the issue of, and I've heard this time and again, of accusing of saying that Democrats and putting this on Kamala Harris is, saying that they're going to be able to, as you mentioned, up to the point of birth or execute a baby after birth. That you do agree that is illegal in all states.
That
no,
is
not an issue.
Is and should be illegal, except for when you look at the vaguely drafted statutes that are now expanding. in these ballot measures. And I think that's the debate we ought to be having in this country, is an honest debate at the state level. And where I give Donald Trump a lot of credit, this was my position during the presidential campaign as well, is that this is an issue for the states in a post-Dobbs world. I think Roe was correctly overturned. I think most Republicans agree on that. This is now an issue for the states. And I know that Democrats want to make this a core issue, but the reality is it's not a presidential issue anymore. It belongs to the states. Kamala Harris has wrongly characterized and wrongfully stated, I think in this case I'd call it an outright lie, saying Donald Trump would sign a federal abortion ban when he's been clear that he's against a federal position on this issue. And I think voters deserve that kind of clarity.
Yeah.
Why can't she just accept that? Why can't she call out Kamala Harris for lying about Donald Trump right there on the spot? She lied. Donald Trump, and it ticked me off that he said it. It ticks me off the position that he takes. But that's the position that he has. He said that he is going to leave it up to the states, which most of the abortions that are had now are through the pill that they send through the mail. They abortion on demand. That's a federal thing. Donald Trump can ban abortion pills being sent by mail. He can. He said he's not, which makes me mad. So the position of Donald Trump makes conservatives mad because he's too weak on it. And they sitting there lying about how weak he is on it. We mad because he weak. Y'all lying about him being weak and saying he's a strong man when it comes to abortions. No, he's not. He's this close to being a liberal on abortions. All right, let's play the rest of the SmackDown highlight tape. Get your popcorn ready.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video, and what do you think about what Vivek Ramaswamy has said so far? Do you agree with him on this one? And do you guys think the CNN host has any right to be angry at Vivek answering the question the way he chooses to? Like, he's entitled to his opinion and he should be allowed to air it publicly as he wants. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
This is really, it's funny. I mean, the Atlantic is playing the same game as CNN. It's funny. What I said is, on January 6th, I do believe that there were many federal agents in the field and we deserve to know who they are. On 9/11, what I've said is that the government lied. And this is incontrovertible evidence, Caitlin. The government lied about Saudi Arabia's involvement. There was a Saudi spy named al-Bayoumi who they lied, and the government lied, and the 9/11 Commission lied. We know that because declassified reports in 2021 revealed that al-Bayoumi was indeed. What's that?
Yeah, the report that President Biden declassified. Yes. But your quote here, are you telling me that the quote is wrong
20 years later,
here?
yeah. With due respect, I think it is shameful that I, as a competitor to President Trump in this race, have to ask questions that the media isn't asking. The job of the political media, if it has one job, is to hold the U.S. government accountable.
Yes, we know that.
And instead, we're doing the bidding. You're seeing the media doing the bidding of the U.S. government. No. Ask the question. Get to the bottom of what Biden told Garland and what Garland told Jack Smith. If the same shoe fit the other foot, you would not take their word at face value. Do not take their word now. Get to the bottom of it. Let's actually restore journalism in this country. That's what's actually missing, is getting to the truth.
What, do you have anything on this before I move on to Cheyenne?
I don't see what one has to do with the other, but go on. I took up a lot of time with Fox.
Oh, it's fine. We have time.
I don't really see what one has to do with the other, especially and using the Civil War to talk about black Americans. That war was not fought for black people to have guns. That's not.
That war was fought for black people to have freedoms in this country. Yeah. Actually, that's why the Civil War was fought.
Okay.
And the sad part about it.
That wasn't fought for black people to have guns. I think.
Actually, you know, funny fact is, black people did not get to enjoy the other freedoms until their Second Amendment rights were secured. And I think that's one of the lessons that we learned.
Aren't allowed to enjoy the freedoms.
I disagree with you on that, Don. I disagree with you. And I think you're doing a disservice to our country by failing to recognize the fact that we have equality before the law.
Then you live in this country, then you can disagree with me, but we're not. You mentioned in here that we have three different shades of melanin. Don, I think we have to be able to talk about these issues in the open, regardless of the color of our skin. Black Americans today, to say that, compare that to 1865 and 1964, I think you to compare it to 1865 and 1964 is actually, I think it's insulting.
That language, they live like vermin. Do you believe that that is, as your Republican colleague Chris Christie has said, neo-Nazi rhetoric?
This is a classic mainstream media move. Pick some individual phrase of Donald Trump, focus on literally that word without actually interrogating the substance of what's at issue.
The word was chosen for a reason.
We are in the middle of a cultural war.
I'm gonna let them finish. I promise. The smug nature of these. You are supposed to be a journalist and impartial host. This woman says the word was chosen for a reason. What? You are assuming some stupid person went and found some word that Hitler used and said Trump used the same word Hitler used. Hitler may have used the word "I love you." Can we not say "I love you" no more because Hitler said it? I mean, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
And then they're on the side of the Democrats. These people are supposed to be impartial. She is ticked off that he would dare defend a question that she asked him. He used it for a reason. What reason, ma'am? What reason did he use it? You assuming. He never said he. You gotta be the stupidest person in the world to think Donald Trump will quote Hitler. Are y'all dumb? They are. Hitler? Really? 99.999% of people have no idea Hitler used the word vermin. Nobody reading Hitler's books. Most people don't. It's some obscure word that Hitler used on his deathbed or something. Come on, man. Y'all stop this mess.
In this country.
The word was chosen for a reason.
It's actually describing a series of behaviors. You have Antifa and other related groups that have been burning down cities for the last 3 years in this country.
Would you describe them as
wildly
vermin?
violating the rule of law. We have an invasion on our southern border. We have millions of people crossing our southern border. Let's talk about the substance of why we have to recognize that we're not in ordinary times.
Would you use that language
the vocabulary of
yourself?
the vermin or not is not what's important. Well, I haven't used that language. So you can look at my track record on the campaign trail. I talk about the issues. We all talk about them differently. But what I'm not going to do is play some game of focusing on some word that somebody else said without ignoring entirely the substance of what we're actually talking about.
100%. That's the end of the highlight tape. We got more. Y'all want some more? Put it in the comment section. We'll make some more highlights for you. But that's what they do. Donald Trump is talking about a specific issue. They go, he said vermin. Hitler said vermin too. Then he goes and said a bloodbath. There is actually an economic term for bloodbath. I looked it up. I said, what exactly the context of Donald Trump's statement matched 100% with the word bloodbath. And they know it. They look it up like I did. They know it. But they get on TV and they go, bloodbath. Wait a minute. How about you listen to the fact of him saying that China is going to manufacture in Mexico and sell the cars to us? What are you talking about? How would you pay attention to the manufacturing being outsourced in a way in which disenfranchise Americans? Y'all don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about the word bloodbath. God, y'all feel me, don't you? You feel like these people make me insane sometimes. At how smug and arrogant and pompous they literally do the bidding for the Democrats, and they act as if they're impartial. They literally lie every single day on television and lie about Trump and everybody else and conservatives, and they say all the most vile things ever, leading to violence and all kind of hatred and families getting divided up, and they gaslight us as if it's us. Y'all the ones doing this. Who gives a Trump said vermin? I would argue that 60% of the population don't even know what the definition of vermin is. I'll tell you the first time I heard the word vermin. I heard the word vermin in an Eminem song. He said vermin in the song, and that's how I know what vermin is. I ain't never heard a person a day in my life use the word vermin, ever, except Eminem. Anyway, let me get off here before my blood pressure go up. Shout out to Vivek. Look at that dummy over there. I can't stand these women. If you see her when you die, you went to hell. I just want you to know that. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? And the way CNN is always pushing for the Democrats and always trying to tear the Republican Party down is so alarming. This is to tell you that they are working for the Democrats, and they are so quick to bash Donald Trump. But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.